In my past life, I gave up my guaranteed college admission to deliver my best friend's exam pass in a torrential downpour. She turned around and filmed a tearful video accusing me of deliberately stalling to sabotage her exam. Millions of views later, the internet hate machine came crashing down. My parents aged overnight and were both hospitalized in the ICU. When I opened my eyes again, her frantic messages lit up my phone. Nyen Nyen, I left my exam admission slip in the classroom. Can you grab it for me? I turned off my phone and fastened my seatbelt as the plane took off. I smiled. June 7th, 5:43 a.m. Pang Nyen Yu was jolted awake by a violent shake. Her head thudded against the car window, a sharp pain shooting through her temples. Instinctively reaching up, her fingers met the icy glass as the gloomy outside world slid by. Streetlights casting amber pools that receded one by one. From the passenger seat, Sirong glanced back. Awake. Get some more sleep. We've still got 40 minutes till the airport. The airport. Those two words hit Pang Nyen Yu like a freeze frame. Her bloodstream grinding to a halt. She looked down at herself. The school uniform. A white blouse paired with a navy blue pleated skirt. The left chest embroidered with Genwa High School. A silver badge pinned above bore the inscription Class 3 to 17. Graduating class of 2024. On her feet were white canvas shoes, laces neatly tied. She turned her outstretched hand over, slender fingers unmarked by scars. The burn scar that stretched from her wrist to the base of her palm in her previous life was gone. That's where she got burned by a kettle, while taking care of her mom in the hospital. Pang Nyen Yu's pupils widened sharply. Nyen Nyen. Pei Jiangming glanced at her through the rearview mirror. While driving. What's wrong? You look pale. Her lips parted, but her voice came out hoarse and cracked like rusted hinges. What's the date? June 7th. First day of the Gaokao. Pei Jiangming chuckled. And here you are, exempt from the exams as a recommended student, yet more nervous than anyone taking them. June 7th, the first day of the Gaokao. The day she enrolled at Tsinghua University. It was also the day when Qing Yao forgot her admission ticket. Pang Nyen used hands to tremble. She clenched the hem of her dress, her nails digging into her palm. The pain was real, surging up along the nerve endings, blazing past the barricades of memory. Memories from a past life flooded in like a torrent, her silhouette dashing through the torrential rain towards school. Soaked hair plastered against her face, shoes slashing with water, each step squelching loudly. Chen Yen's expression when receiving the exam admission ticket at the doorway. Red-rimmed eyes, lips pressed tight, voice trembling. Nyen Nyen, thank you. You're my best friend. What happened then? Then she missed her flight. The academic advisor from Huaqing University called, their tone shifting from cordial to strictly professional. Mr. Pei, registration has a designated time frame. Since you failed to provide prior notice for your absence, we're obligated to report this matter to the faculty. She wasn't panicking yet. She thought explaining it clearly would be enough. What really brought everything crashing down was that video 3 days later. Chen Yen sobbed into the camera, her makeup smeared, nose tip flushed red, voice hitching between ragged breaths. I called her countless times to hurry her up, but she kept saying she was on her way. By the time she finally got the exam slip, the test had already been going on for 40 minutes. I knew she was a guaranteed admission student, exempt from the exam. That's why she couldn't care less. The comments section went wild. What kind of trash friend thinks it's okay to mess with someone's future just because they're not taking the exam themselves? Those with guaranteed admission will never understand the struggles of regular students. People like this deserve to have their admission privileges revoked. 1 million views. Hit 1 million in just 3 days. Pei Nyen Yu's full name, school, and guaranteed admission university were all doxed. Tsinghua University has received hundreds of complaint letters. Questionable character. Unfit for recommendation. Admission quotas revoked. The day the news arrived, Pei Jiamin collapsed in the living room, unable to catch his breath. Su Rong sobbed uncontrollably, her blood pressure spiking to 200 before being rushed away by an ambulance. What about Qing Yao? Pang Nyen Yu sent her 97 messages. Every single one went unanswered. On the 98th attempt, the system notified her she'd been blocked. Nyen Nyen, Su Rong's voice snapped her back to reality. What are you spacing out for? You've gone pale as a ghost. Pang Nianyu drew a sharp breath. The car interior smelled of leather seats mingled with Su Rong's faint gardenia perfume. The radio played morning news. The anchor's steady voice announcing today marks the first day of China's 2024 National College entrance exams. With an estimated 32,000 examinees across the city, her phone screen lit up. A WeChat message popped up on the screen, with a pink bunny as the profile picture, and the nickname Yao Yao in the notes. Nian Nian, I left my exam admission ticket in the classroom. Could you grab it for me? Please. Nian Nian, I just got to the exam site and realized I forgot it. The classroom keys, with the class monitor. But I can't reach her. You're close to campus. Could you grab it for me? The third one is a string of crying face emojis. Fourth, you're the person I trust the most. Pang Nianyu stared at the 4 messages, her finger frozen against the screen. What was her first reaction to these messages in her past life? She remembers it vividly. Without a second thought, she yelled, Dad, turn around. Yao Yao forgot her exam admission ticket. Pang Jiang immediately swung the steering wheel. Without hesitation, Su Rong in the passenger seat anxiously wrung her hands muttering, Hurry up! She'll be late for the exam. As for your flight, just reschedule it. The extra cost doesn't matter. They didn't hesitate for even a second. Because they're good people. Because they believe helping friends is simply the right thing to do. Because they had no idea that girl named Qing Yao would destroy their daughter's life with a single video and land them in the hospital. While she was at it, Nianyu, Su Rong turned around as expected, wearing the expression Pang Nian you knew all too well. A mix of urgency, kindness, and unreserved warmth. Did your friend forget their exam permit? Then let's know. Pang Nianyu's voice was quiet, yet remarkably steady. The car fell silent for a moment. Pei Jamin glanced at her through the rearview mirror. Sarong froze. 2. Nian Nian. I said no. Paying NYU locked her phone, shoved it into the side pocket of her backpack, and zipped it shut. We're already on our way. It's too late to turn back now. If she's really worried, she can call the police or talk to a teacher. Sarong opened her mouth. But she's your best friend. What if she mom? Paying NYU lifted her head. Sarong met her daughter's gaze, and the words died on her lips. Her eyes showed no hesitation, no conflict, none of the panic an 18-year-old should have when a friend asks for help. There was only an eerie calmness, unnatural for someone her age. My flight leaves at 8:30. Paying NYU enunciated each word. I've waited 3 years for Tsinghua University's registration day. She paused, her voice softening and growing more resolute. No one's exam permit is worth me trading for. The car fell silent for several seconds. Pei Jamin glanced at Sarong, who pursed her lips and turned away without another word. The steering wheel remained still as the car continued down the airport expressway. The phone vibrated a few more times in the backpack. Paying NYU didn't take it out to check. She knew it was Qing Yao's relentless questioning in a past life. The messages piled up across 2 screens, their tones shifting from pleading to anxious, finally breaking into a sobbing voice. Nian Nian, where the hell are you? I'm about to enter the exam hall. She was so frantic that sweat poured down her face, nearly slipping in the rain. Looking back now, there seemed to be an almost imperceptible trace of something lingering at the tail end of those voice messages. What was it? Smugness? Dad, step on it. Paying NYU leaned back into the seat and closed her eyes. I want to get there sooner. Pei Jamin stepped on the gas. The sky outside brightened slightly as a rift tore through the clouds, spilling light that shimmered across the asphalt of the highway. 6:45 a.m. arrived at the airport. Paying NYU's phone lit up again as she wheeled her suitcase into the departure hall. This time it's not WeChat, it's a phone call. Caller ID. Yao Yao. She stood in front of the check-in counter, her thumb hovering over the answer button for 2 full seconds, then pressed the decline button. The screen went dark. She looked up and smiled at the check-in agent. Hello. ID check-in for Pang Nianyu. After getting her boarding pass and clearing security, she sat on the plastic chairs at the gate and switched her phone to airplane mode. Before enabling airplane mode, she saw Chen Yao's final message. Peng Yanyu, are you even human? 12 years of friendship, and you won't lift a finger when I can't find my exam pass. Think you're hot just because you got early admission. Peng Yanyu stared at the message for 5 solid seconds, then typed 5 characters. Call the cops yourself. Sent. Flight mode activated. The announcement echoed. Passengers of flight CA-893 to Jingzhou, please proceed to gate 22 for boarding. Peng Yanyu stood up, adjusted the suitcase handle, and walked into the jet bridge. Dawn had fully broken outside the cabin window. Heat waves shimmered over the runway, distorting the outline of the distant terminal. She found her seat, fastened the seatbelt, and pulled the window shade all the way up. The aircraft engines rumbled deeply as the plane began taxiing. Peng Yanyu watched the ground recede through the window, shrinking into miniature. The city beneath her, where she'd grown up, where she'd once run herself ragged for someone undeserving, was transforming into a tiny diorama before her eyes. A lump rose in her throat. She bit the tip of her tongue, swallowing back that sour ache. In her past life at this very hour, she'd been drenched and crouching outside Zhenhua High's guardhouse, waiting for the class monitor to unlock the classroom. This time around, she's cruising at 30,000 feet, the cabin laced with coffee aroma as flight attendants wheel meal carts down the aisle. Mississippi, would you prefer coffee or orange juice? Orange juice, please. She took the cup and took a sip. Sweet and icy. The chill traveled from her tongue all the way down to her stomach. Delicious. Peng Yanyu leaned back in his chair and closed his eyes. This time, nothing could make her turn back. 2. The flight touched down at Jingzhou Taoyuan Airport at 10:12 a.m. As Peng Yanyu stepped out of the arrivals hall, the June sun hammered down mercilessly, heat rising in waves from the pavement cracks. Squinting against the glare, she wheeled her suitcase to the curb and pulled out her phone to disable airplane mode. Notifications flooded in like a downpour. WeChat unread messages. 47, 31 of them were from Qing Yao. The first 10 are reminders, with an urgent tone, blending voice and text. The 11th message took a sharp turn. Are you ignoring my calls on purpose? Peng Yanyu, you've changed. Article 15. I found my exam pass. Zhang Ting let me in, but I was 8 minutes late. 8 minutes? Couldn't you have texted back faster? Happy now that I bombed my first exam? The last message was sent 10 minutes ago. Just 4 words. Just you wait. Peng Yanyu read through all these messages, from start to finish in her past life. She'd never seen any of this, because in her past life, she delivered it. She sprinted through 3 blocks in the pouring rain, slipped in a puddle, and scraped her knee bloody, only to stagger up and keep running. When the class monitor unlocked the classroom, she grabbed her exam pass, hailed a cab, and raced to the test center, arriving 17 minutes before start time. Qing Yao arrived on time, but she still bombed the test. I left the last 2 major math problems blank and got half the English close test wrong. On results day, my total score barely cleared the first tier, cut off by 3 points. Then Qing Yao posted that video, sobbing into the camera. She blamed Peng Yanyu for ruining her chances. She claimed Peng's dawdling made her 20 minutes late, completely shattering her focus. 20 minutes? The truth is, it arrived 17 minutes ago. Not a single minute late, but the numbers in the video were altered. No one verified it in the face of a million views. Truth can outrun lies. Peng Yanyu slipped her phone back into her pocket and took a deep breath. Qing Yao found her exam admission ticket. Zhang Ting opened the door for her. 8 minutes late. 8 minutes. This number is different from last time. In their past life, Peng Yanyu personally rushed to get the exam permit and delivered it to the test center. Qing Yao didn't even arrive a minute late, and the results still bombed the exam. Still blamed everyone else in this life. Peng Yanyu didn't go, and Qing Yao was 8 minutes late. How many points will she get on the exam? Peng Yanyu suddenly burned with curiosity. No ruse. Let's go check in first. Tsinghua University was located in the western part of Jingzhou, about an hour and a half away by subway. Dragging her suitcase, she transferred twice from Line 3 to Line 7 before finally stepping out at Tsinghua Road Station. The exit faces directly toward Tsinghua University's south gate. In her past life, she'd never seen this gate. The arched entrance of gray bricks stood between towering plane trees, their dense foliage forming a leafy canopy. Sunlight filtered through the gaps, scattering golden coins of light across the ground. Above the lintel gleamed four bold characters: Tsinghua University. The inscription bore an antique elegance, with sharp brushstrokes, said to be personally penned by the founding president. Pei Nianyu stood at the entrance, gazing upward for a long time. In her past life, these four characters existed only as a blurry photo on her phone's wallpaper. She'd seen them in news reports, promotional videos, even on the cover of admission letters, but never in real life. It's right before my eyes now, built of stone, its texture tangible to the touch. Her fingers brushed against the doorframe. Rough, sun-scorched heat radiating through her fingertips. My nose is stinging again. She blinked hard twice, then dragged her suitcase inside. The registration process went smoothly. The advisor was a young male teacher, with metal-framed glasses, and a warm, crinkly-eyed smile who introduced himself as Yiming. Pei Nianyu, did you bring all the materials? Got it. Pei Nianyu handed over the folder. He flipped through the list, checking each name one by one, then marked a check on the roster. All right, you're the first to check in today. Your dorm is in North Dorm 3, room 207. Get the key from the dorm supervisor. He glanced up at her. Came alone. No parents. With you. My parents are swamped with work. Couldn't get away. Actually, Pei Jingwen and Su Rong had planned to take leave to accompany her, but Pei Nianyu refused. She couldn't explain why. Perhaps it was that final memory from his past life. Su Rong lying on the ICU bed, her face ashen, an oxygen tube in her nostrils, her hand bruised purple, with needle marks. Pei Jingwen sat slumped on a plastic chair in the hallway, face buried in his knees, shoulders trembling. His hair turned completely white in just 3 days. Pei Nianyu didn't want to trouble them. All she could do now was stand here, standing at Tsinghua University. Well, North 3 dormitory is a 6-story-old building. Its hallway filled with the scent of laundry detergent and aged wood. Room 207, located at the second-floor corner, opens to reveal 4 bunk beds and a girl sitting at a desk by the window, neatly stacking books into a cabinet. Hearing the door creak, the girl turned her head to look. Round face, short hair, large headphones hanging around the neck, wearing a black t-shirt with Game Over printed on it. You're from 207. Yeah. Pei Nianyu. Jin Xiaotong. The girl grinned at her, revealing a small canine tooth. Just call me Tong Tong. Which bunk are you picking? The lower one by the window is still free. Pei Nianyu set down her luggage and settled onto the lower bunk by the window. The mattress was firm, but clean, with sun-dried bedding carrying a comforting warmth in its scent. A sudden sense of grounding washed over her. This was real. She was truly sitting in her dorm room at Tsinghua University. The phone buzzed again. She pulled it out. A message from Mom. Su Rong, you there yet? How's the dorm? Got hot water? Is the cafeteria far? Pei Nianyu chuckled and typed back. Yeah, 4-person room, with hot water. Cafeteria's downstairs. Stop worrying. Su Rong replied instantly. Good. That's a relief. By the way, about that thing with Qing Yao, what did she end up saying? Pei Nianyu's fingers hovered above the screen. What did they say? Just you wait. She paused, then replied. It's fine. She found it herself. Leave it alone. Mom. Su Rong sent a hug emoji, then added. Remember to eat dinner tonight. Don't skimp on food. Pei Yu closed WeChat and opened Qing Yao's chat window. The words just you wait still lingered at the very bottom, stark white against the black background. She stared at it for 3 seconds. In her past life, Qing Yao had uttered similar words, pinned at the top of that viral video's comment section. With millions of views, she replied to a netizen, I just want people to know the truth. The truth? Pei Yu scrolled the chat window to the very top and began reading through the messages one by one from the first one. From elementary school classmates to that final "you got this tomorrow" message before entrance exams. Thousands of messages spanning 6 years. She'd never really gone through their chat history before, but now revisiting them, with memories from her past life, certain details burned painfully clear. Like that time in 8th grade when her essay won first prize in the city competition. Xin Yao's message read, "Wow, Nian Nian, you're amazing," followed by a string of clapping emojis. But just 2 minutes before that message, what had Xin Yao said in that other group chat? The one Penyu wasn't added to? She had no idea. In the final 3 months of her previous life, a girl named Zhang Ting came to her hesitantly saying a few words. "Nian Nian, actually, Xin Yao, back in middle school, your award-winning essay." She told several people she helped you revise it. The version you originally wrote was really not good at all. As Zhang Ting spoke these words, Penyu lay on the rented bed, her face gaunt, with skin stretched taut over bone. She didn't have the energy to check it out, but now she had all the time in the world. Penyu exited the chat interface, opened the memo app, and created a new note, with 3 characters typed in the title. Old Ledger 3. On the day the college entrance exam results were released, Penyu sat by the window on the 3rd floor of Tsinghua University's library, an open copy of Advanced Mathematics before her. Outside the window lay the sports field where several boys were playing basketball. The rhythmic thud of the ball against the pavement mingled with the cicadas' drone. Her phone screen suddenly lit up repeatedly. "Our high school group chat is blowing up. The results are out. Anyone checked yet? Provincial first tier cutoff is 527. I am screwed. Totally. Bombed the math exam. Pain Yen, you had no exam records to check." She was a recommended admission student who skipped the national college entrance exams. But she scrolled through the group chat and found what she was looking for. Someone had posted a screenshot of a scoreboard in the group, a long list of names, and grades sorted by total scores. Her eyes scanned downward through the list. Xin Yao's total score: 498, minimum score for first-tier universities. 527, 29 points short. Pain Yen, you stared at the number, her thumb brushing lightly across the screen. 498, in her past life. Xin Yao scored 501, just 3 points above the first-tier cutoff, barely enough for an obscure major at a bottom-tier university. This time, being 8 minutes late cost her those 3 crucial points. 3 points. It's just a 3-point difference. 8 minutes late, 3 points short. In other words, the outcome of Pain Yen, you desperately delivering the exam admission slip last life. Not letting her be late by even a minute versus completely ignoring her this time around. Just 3 points short. 3 points won't change a thing. That's just Xin Yao's skill ceiling later or not. The skill remains the same. So the accusation in that past life video, crying and saying, "I failed the exam. It's all her fault. From start to finish." It was just a lie. The group is still buzzing about the test scores. Someone at Xin Yao. "Jo, what did you get on the test?" Xin Yao took a long time to reply, her tone flat. "I didn't perform well. I don't want to talk about it." No one pressed further. But Pain Yen, you noticed that Xin Yao had immediately sent a second message in a different small group she rarely paid attention to. The screenshot was privately forwarded to her by Zhang Ting. "Xin Yao, I could have done way better. Something unexpected happened on the Gaokao day. Totally threw me off my game." Someone asked, "What happened?" "Xin Yao, I don't want to talk about it. Some people just act like they don't care about others' struggles once they've secured their own spot." Zhang Ting added a message. "Nianu, take a look at this." Pei and Nianu zoomed in on the screenshot and took another look. The corner of their mouth twitched. "They're here. Just as expected. Last life, it was a viral tearjerker video. This life, it's passive-aggressive chatter in group chats. Smaller scale. Same old tricks. First, play the victim. Then drop veiled accusations." Pei and Nianu paused before replying to Zhang Ting. "Got it. Thanks for letting me know." Zhang Ting sent a hesitant emoji. "You're not mad. What's the point of getting angry?" Pei and Nianu typed. "Let her say whatever she wants." Zhang Ting didn't reply again. Pei and Nianu set down her phone and resumed reading Advanced Mathematics. But her eyes skimmed over the same line of equations 3 times, without absorbing a single word. She was pondering a question. In her previous life, Chinya posted the video 3 days after the results came out. The video was shot with meticulous care. Her own bedroom as the backdrop, warm lighting, her in a white t-shirt, no mock-up, tears streaming down her face like falling blossoms. Yet, her words were clear and precise, each sentence sounding rehearsed. Can a girl who just found out her college entrance exam results and is heartbroken really produce a video of that quality in 3 days? Payan Nianu had never once considered this question in her past life. She was too busy trying to prove her innocence. But, looking back across a lifetime, the loopholes were big enough to drive a train through. Chinya claimed Payan Nianu made her 20 minutes late. In reality, she wasn't late by a single minute. There is a surveillance camera at the entrance of the exam site. In her past life, Payan Nianu never got the chance to check the surveillance footage. The moment she reached the exam site's academic office, the online witch hunt erupted like a storm. Tsinghua University swiftly revoked her guaranteed admission, and her world crumbled within 72 hours. But, in this life, she's free now. Payan Nianu opened the memo and added a new line under old ledger. Exam site surveillance. Entry time. Then added another line. Video claims 20-minute delay. Verify actual entry time. Add one more line. Was the admission ticket left in the classroom by accident? Or did you leave it there on purpose? The pen settled on the line, and her finger to pause for a moment. That thought had never crossed my mind in my previous life after being reborn. With all my memories intact, I replayed every detail of that morning in my mind. Why did Qing Yao leave her exam admission ticket in the classroom the night before the National College entrance exam? The school conducted a mandatory exam supplies check. Homeroom teacher Ms. Lin personally verified each student's admission ticket, ID card, and stationery kit before dismissing them. Qing Yao had her exam ticket in her possession the previous evening. All checked. Packed in the backpack the next morning when I went out. Was it gone? How could this possibly be forgetting unless someone took the exam admission ticket out of their bag after checking and put it back in the classroom? Who would do such a thing? Peng Yanyu closed his eyes. The answer was so absurd it made her stomach lurch the first time it crossed her mind. What if Qing Yao left the exam admission ticket in the classroom on purpose? The whole point was to make Peng Yanyu deliver it, to make her miss her flight, because she knew Peng Yanyu got into Tsinghua through early admission. Because she couldn't stand Peng Yanyu going to Tsinghua. Peng Yanyu opened her eyes. The sunlight outside the library window glared so brightly it made my eyes ache. She bolded the last line of the memo. Contact Teacher Lin to confirm the pre-exam checklist. A week later, she gave Teacher Lin a call. The call came at noon. Teacher Lin was eating takeout in his office when he heard Peng Yanyu's voice, nearly dropping his chopsticks. Yanyu, how are you settling in at Tsinghua? I'm doing well. Teacher Lin, there's something I'd like to ask you. Go ahead. Did you check Qing Yao's exam admission ticket during the supplies inspection the night before the Gaokao? There was a 2-second silence on the other end of the line. I checked them one by one, matching names to the list, and only left after signing off. Qing Yao's admission ticket is fine. What's wrong? After the inspection, did the students head straight home? Yeah, we'll be dismissed. After checking this, did anyone go back to the classroom? Teacher Lin thought for a moment. Actually, yes. Shen Yao mentioned forgetting her water bottle and went back to get it. I even waited a few minutes to lock up. Peng Nian Yu's grip on her phone tightened. Nianyu, why are you asking about that? Nothing. Just occurred to me suddenly. Thanks, Professor Lin. She hung up the phone. Her palms grew slightly clammy. Forgot the cup. Go back and get the cup. Then the admission ticket was moved from the backpack to the classroom. Peng Nian Yu jotted down the latest information in his memo, then locked the screen. She closed her eyes, leaned back in the library chair, and took a deep breath. The rhythmic thud of a basketball against the pavement outside continued. Thump, thump, thump. Chun Yao, just how much do you hate me? For early July's sweltering heat left everyone listless. Peng Nian, you spent 3 straight days in Tsinghua University's library meticulously organizing every chat log, group photo, and memory related to Qin Yao from the past 6 years into chronological order. The results were shocking. 8th grade essay competition. Peng Nianyu's winning entry that earned her the municipal first prize was titled around the corner. When she received the award notification by the school bulletin board, Qin Yao stood beside her clapping. and saying, "Nian, you're amazing." But Zhang Ting later revealed that Chen Yao had privately told at least 3 people she'd rewritten the key paragraphs of that article, claiming Peng Nian Yu's original draft was downright unpresentable. "Peng Nian Yu jotted this down in her memo. Freshman year sports meet. Peng Nian Yu signed up for the 800m race, while Chen Yao held her water bottle. 10 minutes before the event, Chen handed it to her. I added glucose for energy. Peng Nian Yu drank it. Then at the 400m mark, she got stomach cramps and vomited by the track. The school doctor said it was from drinking concentrated sugar solution on an empty stomach, irritating her gastric lining. She withdrew from the competition that time." Chen Yao supported her, with red-rimmed eyes, whispering guiltily, "This is all my fault. I shouldn't have added so much sugar for you." Peng Nian Yu reassured her at the time. "It's all right. Really not your fault. Now that I think about it, high-concentration sugar water on an empty stomach 10 minutes before the race, is this care or targeted poisoning?" At the end of their second year of high school, Peng Yu lost her English notes. It was a notebook she had spent an entire semester organizing, containing all her grammar summaries and error corrections. She lost it 3 days before the final exam. She searched the classroom and her home thoroughly but couldn't find it. Xing Yao spent the whole afternoon helping her search, then finally said, "Maybe the cleaning lady took it for trash and took it away." Final exams. Peng Yu dropped from 1st to 9th in English across the grade. What about Xing Yao? She jumped from 15th to 7th in her grade English. Peng Yu listed these matters, one by one in the memo. The text on the screen grew denser, her fingers turning colder. 6 years. Over 6 years. The things she had thought were coincidences when pieced together formed a meticulously woven web. Every time she stumbled, faltered, or stepped back, Xing Yao was right there beside her every time. Xing Yao would say, "It's all my fault," or "Don't blame me," with red-rimmed eyes. And then she really wasn't mad anymore, because Xing Yao is her best friend. How could a friend hurt a friend? Peng Yu closed the memo and stood up to pour herself a glass of water. The chilled water sent a tingling sensation through her teeth as it went down. Setting the glass down, she pulled out her phone and scrolled to Xing Yao's social media feed. Xing Yao's latest post from yesterday showed her gazing out the window, captioned, "Such a quiet summer alone." Someone in the comments asked what was wrong, and Xing Yao replied, "Nothing much, just that some people have changed." Some people. Peng Yu let out a scornful laugh. Another message popped up on my phone. It was from Yu Jia, a high school classmate. Yu Jia and Peng Yu weren't particularly close but got along well in class. She was a quiet girl with sharp observational skills. Yu Jia, "Ningyu, got a minute? Need to talk to you about something." Peng Yu, "Go ahead." Yu Jia typed slowly, carefully weighing her words. The message came through after 3 minutes. "I didn't want to meddle at first, but Chenya's been telling multiple group chats that you refused to help during the college entrance exam, saying you look down on others since getting early admission. You should know this." Then I remembered something. The night before the exam, after equipment check, I left late. I saw Chenya walk out of the classroom holding her exam permit. Not a water bottle. Her exam permit. I didn't think much of it then, but considering she later claimed she'd left it in the classroom, something feels off. Pan Yenyu stared at the screen, her heart skipping a beat. She typed, "Are you sure it was the exam admission ticket you saw?" Hijia, "Positive. That blue cardstock was unmistakable, with a photo attached." I was barely 3 m behind her. Besides, she looked completely normal when she left. No signs of panic about forgetting anything. Pan Yenyu's finger hovered over the screen for a long moment. Then she typed, "Can we keep this between us for now?" Hijia, "Sure." Pan Yenyu set down her phone and walked to the window. Outside the window stretched the sunlit sycamore boulevard of Huaqing, where afternoon light filtered through leaves like stained glass. 2 students pedal their bikes through the dappled shade, their laughter carrying faintly on the breeze. She took a deep breath and slowly exhaled. The chain of evidence is gradually taking shape. Teacher Lin's testimony. After the inspection, Chinya went back to the classroom to fetch her water bottle. Hijia's testimony. Chinya was holding the exam admission ticket when she left the classroom. The logic points to one conclusion. Chen Yu deliberately returned the verified exam ticket back to the classroom. It was intentional. Then the next morning, he called Pan Yenyu, his voice urgent and pleading. Nyen Nyen, I left my admission ticket in the classroom. Could you grab it for me? She knew Pan Yenyu was flying to Huaqing to register that day. She knew Pan Yenyu's flight was tight on time. She knew Pan Yenyu had a soft heart and would definitely help. She knew Pan Yenyu's parents were more soft-hearted and would definitely turn back. She had everything figured out. The one thing they didn't foresee. Pan Yenyu was reborn. Pan Yenyu stood by the window, her fingers gripping the frame until her knuckles turned white. She didn't tremble, didn't shed a tear, didn't impulsively post EGA screenshots in the group chat. The cruelest lesson she'd learned in her past life was this: rash actions only give your enemies ammunition. She has to wait for Qing Yao to do it herself. She handed the rope to Qing Yao, letting her slip the noose around her own neck. Pan Yen, you returned to the desk, opened the memo, and added a new bolded title at the top, evidence archiving organized chronologically, then wrote a small note at the bottom. No rules. Take your time. Comma 5. In her first semester at Huaqing, Pan Yenyu lived a quiet life: class, library, cafeteria, the same daily grind. Roommate Jean Shuading is an esports enthusiast who spends every night gaming, with big headphones on, occasionally muttering, "This round was worth it." The other two roommates, Shinyaki, studying finance, and Fang Zi, studying law, are both easygoing, and the four of them get along smoothly, with no friction. Peng Nian, you majored in computer science. This was the major she never got to study in her previous life at Zhenhua High School. She already showed a natural talent for programming. In her sophomore year, she won second prize in the National Youth Informatics Olympiad. She was admitted to Tsinghua University through the informatics competition pathway. After her admission was revoked in her previous life, she ended up with no school to attend. I holed up in a rented room for 3 months before landing a job at a bubble tea shop. Legs aching from 8 hours on my feet, I scoop coconut jelly with a sore wrist while customers rattle off orders. Easy on the ice, 70% sweetness. Switch to paper straws. She didn't want to think about those days anymore this lifetime. She sat in Tsinghua's lecture halls, listening to professors explain data structures and algorithm design. She learns quickly. By the end of her first semester freshman year, her GPA ranked in the top 5 of her class. During the grade-wide assembly, Counselor Hu Ming singled her out. Classmate Peng Nian, you achieved a 3.87 GPA in her first semester, ranking 4th in our grade. An outstanding performance. She stood in the crowd, her face unreadable, just tucked her hands into her pockets, fingertips brushing against the warmth. Within, warm meanwhile, 1,000 kilometers away in her hometown, Qing Yao enrolled in a secondary university, majoring in marketing. Pan Yenyu learned this bit of news when Su Rong mentioned it offhand during a phone call. That classmate of yours, Qing Yao, heard she's at Haidong College now, ran into her mom at the market earlier, and we chatted a bit. Su Rong's tone was casual, devoid of any particular emotion. In her view, her daughter hadn't really done anything wrong. Just a little disagreement between the two girls, which would blow over in time. Pan Yenyu didn't correct her. She just said, "MHM got it." But the word Su Rong said next made her grip tighten. Pan Yenyan, did you know your classmate Qing Yao posted something online about the college entrance exams? And your dad sighed? He was pretty upset. But don't worry, it only got a few dozen likes. Barely anyone noticed. Pan Yenyu's heart skipped a beat. What's the content? I didn't look closely either. Your dad said not to pay attention to her. Just a kid venting a little. Pan Yenyu hung up the phone and opened Weibo. I typed Qing Yao into the search bar. Such a common name. It just brought up a bunch of irrelevant results. She changed the search term to Jinghua High School Gaokao admission ticket. The third result, a short video platform link posted by user Looming Starlight. She tapped in video frame. Qing Yao sits at her desk in the dorm, the desk lamp casting a warm glow. She wears a gray hoodie, her hair tied back in a messy ponytail, barefaced, with slightly red eyes. First line of dialogue, I don't know if I should say this, but I'm truly heartbroken. Pei Nianyu's fingers clenched around her phone. Here it comes. It's the same beginning as if it were from a past life. Xing Yao continued. On the day of the college entrance exam, I left my admission ticket in the classroom. I called my best friend, begging her to bring it to me. She was heading to the airport at that moment. She got an early admission, so she didn't need to take the test. She paused, sniffling slightly. No, she said. I can't miss my flight. Another silence followed. I don't blame her. Really. Everyone's got their own stuff going on. But her expression said otherwise. I do blame her. But I was running late. Completely lost my cool. When the results came out, I missed the first tier cut off by 29 points. She lowered her head and wiped the corner of her eye with the back of her hand. Sometimes I wonder if things would have been different had she helped me. But I shouldn't dwell on that. Right. After all, she was a privileged admittee. Video ends. 320 comments. 47 views. Just over 600,000. Peony, you scrolled through the entire comment section from top to bottom. I feel for your sister. What kind of friend abandons others after getting their own free pass? You shouldn't associate with people like this. Don't be upset. Cease. You still have grad school exams ahead. There were dissenting voices. 2. Isn't bringing your exam ticket your own responsibility? Why blame others for forgetting it? They've got their own plans for the recommendation. Why should they help you? Why does a streamer always talk in riddles? Just say it straight. But those comments later got downvoted to the bottom. Peony, you finished reading all the comments and closed the video. 600,000 plays. 1 million in a past life. This time, with Peony, you failing to deliver the exam permit and no dawdling material to work with. Shinya's script fell flat. She couldn't claim Peony. You made me late by delivering it too late. Only that Peony you refused to help. Not helping hurts 10 times less than actively harming me. Yet Shinya posted it anyway. She ended up taking the same path after all. A faint twitch crossed Peony Yu's lips. Not a smile, but something far colder. 600,000 views. In my past life, this video went from a few hundred views to 1 million in just 3 days. What was the catalyst? It was Chunya's masterstroke in the comments. She accidentally revealed Peony Yu's full name and school, triggering a second wave of sharing. The curiosity, sense of justice, and gossip cravings of bystanders were ignited, leading to massive reposts by marketing accounts. Is she planning to keep doing this for the rest of her life? Yu pondered for a moment, resisting the urge to act hastily. She saved the video link in her notes. Then she activated screen recording, captured the entire video along with comment screenshots, and stored everything in an encrypted folder. Keep the evidence safe. Then a question occurred to her. In her past life, how did Xing Yao's video views jump from 600 to 1 million? Was it organic growth? Or did someone give it a push? She opened another engine and typed in a few keywords. Short video promotion. Buying views. Fait como service. The search returned numerous results. One headline read, How to buy 100k views for just 500 yuan. Yu stared at the headline, and suddenly everything clicked. In her previous life, Xing Yao was just an ordinary college student. No fan base, no experience in content creation. And her videos were low quality, with rough editing. How did it hit 1 million in just 3 days? Unless someone gave him a push from behind, paying for fake views, comments, and shares, then disguise it as an organic viral hit. Xing Yao's family was comfortably off. Her father ran a building materials business, not exactly rolling in money, but a few $1,000s for promotions was well within their means. Yu added a line to the memo. Check if the video contains any paid promotion indicators. She closed her phone and walked to the window. December in Jingzhou was bitterly cold, her breath fogging up the glass. With a thin mist, she traced 2 characters on the fog surface with her fingertip and then wiped away. The 2 words were, Xing Yao's 6 during winter break. Yu didn't go home. She told Su Rong there was a winter camp program at school, and she'd need to stay on campus to participate. Su Rong's voice was full of concern over the phone. Not even coming home for New Year's? Your dad already bought ribs to make your favorite soup. Yu said, Mom, this program will help with grad school applications. I'll visit you next semester. She had indeed enrolled in a winter camp, Tsinghua University's 2-week cybersecurity and data analytics program at the computer science department. But her real reason for staying on campus was to accomplish one thing: trace the dissemination path of Tsinghua's viral video. The School of Computer Science at Huaqing boasts the nation's top research labs. As one of the top 5 students in her year, Pei Yanyu had access to advanced data analysis tools normally reserved for upperclassmen. Over 3 days, she coded a simple web crawler that harvested all dissemination metrics for Tsinghua's viral video: view count trends, comment timestamps, sharing patterns, and engagement rates. The findings were fascinating. The video was originally posted at 8 p.m. on November 17th. For the first 2 days, the view count grew steadily, averaging 200 to 300 daily. On the 3rd day, it suddenly skyrocketed, jumping from 600 straight to 8,000. Pei Yanyu zoomed in on the data from the 3rd day. Between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., the video received 7.300 views. Within 2 hours, from 2 to 4 o'clock in the morning, the time when normal people are asleep. As the video's views surged over those 2 hours, the comment section also flooded, with more than 300 comments during the same period. Pei Yanyu randomly sampled 50 of them. Of these 50 comment accounts, 37 were registered within the same week, with profile pictures either default gray avatars or randomly scraped landscape images from the internet, and all had blank personal bios. These accounts have no interaction history beyond commenting under Tsinghua's videos. Online trolls, textbook level, bot operation. Pei Yanyu saved all the data screenshots into an encrypted folder, numbered them, and added timestamps. Then she kept scrolling down. The views jumped from 800 to 60,000 in a week, then dropped to 20,000. Wait, she double-checked the numbers. After hitting 8,000 views, the growth rate started to slow down. So far, the total views have plateaued at around 12,000. No million from a past life, because in this lifetime, the impact of video content has weakened too much. She didn't help me, and she deliberately hurt me are 2 different levels of bombs. Chen Yao hired paid online promoters to boost the initial data, but organic spread didn't follow. Paid trolls can buy numbers, but they can't buy genuine outrage. Pei Nian, you leaned back in the chair and let out a long sigh, but she didn't let up. Past experience told her Chen Yao wouldn't let this slide. After the first attempt failed, she'd definitely escalate her efforts, maybe refine her verbal tactics, or perhaps leak Pei Nian's information outright. They might fabricate more serious charges. Pei Nian, you had no idea what would come next. But she knew Chen Yao's patterns all too well. Always play the victim first. Cry first. Say I don't blame her first. Then casually drop more info in the comment section step by step. Public opinion is pushed toward chaos. Pei Nian, you made a list in his memo evidence collected. Teacher Lin's testimony. On the eve of the college entrance exam, Chen Yao returned to the classroom to fetch her water bottle. 2. He Jiao witnessed Chen Yao holding her admission ticket as she exited the classroom. 3. Bel Gao's score comparison. 501 points in the previous life. No tardines. Versus 498 points in this life. 8 minutes late. A mere 3-point difference proves lateness wasn't the main reason for underperformance for Chen Yao's video engagement data shows evidence of paid bot promotion, with a surge of fake interactions at 2 a.m. 5. Chen Yao's historical behavior summary. Junior high school essay incident, senior high school sports day incident, and junior year of senior high school notebook loss incident. She scanned the list with quiet satisfaction, but one crucial piece was missing. Hard evidence. Everything they had was circumstantial. He Jiao's eyewitness account, Teacher Lin's testimony, the data analysis. Any single instance could be dismissed as a coincidence or misunderstanding. She needs a hammer, the kind that seals the deal. Pei Nianyu thought for a long time. Then she picked up her phone and dialed a number. The phone rang 3 times before being answered. Nianyu. He Jiao sounded surprised. Did you need something? Jia. Could you do me a favor? Go on. Are you still in touch with Qingyao? He Jia paused for a second. Just occasional chats and group messages. Why? Could you find a chance to casually bring up, that college entrance exam day with her? Just make it sound natural. Hijia didn't respond immediately. After a few seconds, she said, "You mean? I just want to confirm something." Pei Yu's voice remained calm. "Don't force it. Just casually mention it. Something like you must have panicked when you left your exam pass in the classroom that day. See how she reacts." "All right," Hijia agreed. "Give me a few days. No ruse." Pei Yu said, "Just keep it natural." "Thanks." Jia. After hanging up, Pei Yu placed the phone on the table. Snow began falling outside the window. The snow in Jinzhou fell fine as salt grains, sprinkling down from the leaden sky onto the windowsill, each flake dissolving almost instantly into watery traces. Pei Yu watched the snowflakes melt away when a sudden memory surfaced. In their past life, Xingyao had sent her a single message before filming that video. Just one. "Nian, I'm really heartbroken. Can you talk to me?" Pei Yu was eating instant noodles in her rented apartment when she saw the message. She immediately put down her chopsticks and called back. Xingyao cried for half an hour after the call connected. Pei Yu spent the entire half hour comforting her. Say things like, "It's not your fault. You didn't do badly on the exam. And there's still a chance to retake it." Little did she know that phone call had been recorded. 3 days later, Xingyao edited a few lines from the phone recording and spliced them into the video. Pei Yu herself said she knew it was her responsibility. Pei Yu's exact words were, "It's not your fault. I should have acted faster that day." These words of comfort were taken out of context and twisted into a confession. Pei Yu only learned about this when the video had 500,000 views. By then, it was too late. This life. Pei Yu gazed at the snow outside the window, a faint smile curling at the corner of her lips. "You're not going to get it in this lifetime, because I won't answer that call again." 7. On a Thursday evening in mid-March, 2 weeks into the semester, Pei Yu was coding in her dorm room. Jin Shuwen was gaming competitively, with headphones on. Shin Yaji was memorizing French vocabulary, while Fang Zhe had gone to the library. The phone gave a little vibration. "News about Hijia. Nianyu. We've got the results." Pei Yu's fingers hovered above the keyboard. "Speak." Hijia sent a voice-to-text message. It was a screenshot of her WeChat chat history. With Qin Yao from last night, Hijia casually brought up, "Hey Yao, you mentioned forgetting your exam admission ticket in the classroom on Gaokao Day. How did you end up retrieving it again?" "I totally forgot," Qin Yao replied quickly. Zhangting opened the door and got it for me. Hijia. "All right. But didn't you check last night? How could you leave it in the classroom?" Qin Yao's typing slowed down noticeably. Nearly a minute passed before the reply came. "Well, I just forgot." "Okay." After checking, I stuffed it into my bag. Probably didn't secure it properly, so it fell onto the desk. Hijia casually followed up with what seemed like an offhand question. "Didn't you go back to the classroom that day to grab your water bottle? Didn't you happen to see it then?" After sending that message, the other side fell silent for a long time. 2 minutes. Then Qin Yao sent a voice message. Hijia converted the voice message into text and sent it to Pei Yu. "How did you know I went back to get my water cup?" The tone has changed. The mood shifted from relaxed to wary. Hijia replied quickly. "Mr. Lin mentioned it casually before. Said you were the last to leave that day." Qin Yao fell silent for another moment before sending. "Oh, it's been too long. I barely remember. Got to go shower now." The conversation ended there. Pei Yu saved the screenshot to an encrypted folder. Then she stared at Qin Yao's message. "How did you know I went back for my water bottle?" For a full minute. If she had genuinely forgotten her exam admission ticket, going back for the water bottle would have been an irrelevant detail. A normal response would be something like, "Right, I didn't even notice it then." Or, "Ugh, I was in such a hurry." Not "how did you know?" Those 4 words gave everything away. She tensed up when confronted with damning details. A guilty person's first instinct isn't to explain. It's to question how you know, because she needed to know if anyone had seen through her. Pei Yu turned off her phone screen. The chain of evidence was nearly complete, yet she kept waiting for Chunya to make the first move. She wasn't about to show her hand first. Past experience taught her that in PR wars, The first mover controls the narrative, but if their claims get debunked, the backlash multiplies exponentially. She'd let Chunya escalate the situation herself. The bigger the spectacle, the harder the fall. Pain Yanyu waited 2 weeks. On April 1st, what a coincidence. April Fool's Day. Chunya made her move. She posted the second video. This time, it wasn't just someone crying alone into the camera. She gathered 3 classmates to appear on camera, together, sitting in a circle as if chatting, creating a natural atmosphere. One girl said, "I think you should tell the truth. It's so unfair to let her keep basking in glory while you suffer." Chunya lowered her head, voice trembling. "I can't. She was my friend once." Another girl snapped, "What kind of friend? She wouldn't even deliver your exam pass when you got recommended. Didn't even apologize after you failed." The third girl twisted the knife. "Heard she's thriving at Tsinghua. Top 5 in her year. Look at her. Then look at yourself." Chunya fell silent for a moment, then lifted her head, her eyes red-rimmed. "Her name is Pain Yanyu. We used to be best friends name this time." She said the name, and it was accidentally leaked in a past life. I'll say it straight in the video for life. Pain Yanyu watched the image on the screen of his name coming out of Chunya's mouth. His face unreadable. The video was posted 2 hours ago. Views: 800 comments. 23, mostly interactions from Chunya's alt accounts or those 3 classmates. "Poor Yao. Hang in there. They're not worth it." 800 views. No paid trolls involved. Maybe Chunya wasn't satisfied with the paid promotion last time and wanted to test organic reach first. Perhaps she feared repercussions for directly naming Tsinghua students. So she's testing the waters cautiously. Pan Yanyu took screenshots and recorded the screen. Then she picked up her phone and made a call. "Hello, Professor He. This is Pan Yanyu." Counselor He Ming's voice was gentle. "Yanyu, what's the matter?" "There's something I need to inform you about," Pan Yanyu said calmly. "Someone posted a video online mentioning my name and Tsinghua University with false information. I've already preserved the evidence. I wanted to report this to the school in advance to prevent any potential negative impact." There was a 2-second silence on the other end of the line. He Ming's voice turned serious. "Send it to me. Let me take a look." Pan Yanyu compiled the video links and screenshots, then emailed them to He Ming. CC the college's Student Affairs Office. The email subject reads, "Statement and documentation regarding false allegations against me." The email body is concise, clear, and devoid of emotional language. Facts, timeline, evidence, like a legal document. After sending the email, Pan Yanyu leaned back in the chair and let out a long sigh. The move is made. The opening move was conceded. Now, the counterplay is mine. 8. In the second week of April, Tsinghua second video began circulating. Within niche circles, views gradually climbed to 30,000. Not high, but enough to draw attention. Because the video mentioned the keywords, Tsinghua University, and recommended student, discussions began on the university's campus forum. Has anyone heard about Pan Yanyu from the School of Computer Science who was recommended for admission? Was he exposed by a high school classmate in a video? What's going on? A recommended student won't help a classmate deliver their admission ticket. I watched the video. Well, how should I put it? Something just feels off. The comments under the post split into 2 opposing camps. Some people thought Pan Yanyu had no obligation to help. He's rushing to catch a flight for registration. Why should he go out of his way to deliver your admission ticket? Take responsibility for your own stuff. Okay. Others argue that friends should help each other. Out. 12 years of friendship, and you wouldn't even deliver an exam pass. That's pretty heartless. Pain. And you didn't post on the forum. She waits 3 days went by. On the 3rd day, Tsinghua stepped up her efforts. She pinned a lengthy comment in the video's comment section. I wasn't going to say this, but since everyone's discussing it, I feel I should reveal more truth. Tsinghua getting that recommendation was real, and I'm happy for her. But what she said to me before leaving, if you're so anxious, go call the police then. I still can't forget it. 12 years of friendship, and this is what I get. Go call the police then. These exact words were indeed spoken by Pain Yao, but the context was completely twisted. When Pain Yao said this, she was rejecting an unreasonable demand. Why should she give up a guaranteed admission flight just for an exam permit? Yet in Qing Yao's account, those words became proof of heartless cruelty. Payne Yao glanced at the pinned comment, her lips quirking slightly. The time has come. She turned on her computer and created a new document titled Factual Clarification regarding Qing Yao's video content. She avoided using emotionally charged language. No complaints. No name-calling. Didn't say I'm so sad or I feel wronged. She wrote the truth. Nothing but the truth. Part 1. Timeline Reconstruction. On the evening of June 6, 2024, Genhua High School conducted an examination materials check. Teacher Lin, the homeroom teacher, individually verified each student's admission ticket and ID card, signing off only after confirming they were correct. It was confirmed that student Qing Yao had her admission ticket in her possession that evening. After the inspection, student Qing Yao returned to the classroom under the pretext of forgetting her water bottle. Witness He Jia confirmed that Qing was holding her exam admission ticket when she left the classroom. The next morning, Qing Yao contacted me, saying she had left her admission ticket in the classroom. She attached testimony from teacher Lin, a video statement recorded, with his consent, and He Jia's written affidavit. Part 2. Academic Performance Comparison. Chen Yao scored 498 on the college entrance exam, falling 29 points below the first-tier cutoff. Available evidence suggests this result aligns with her usual performance level, regardless of the admission ticket incident. The 8-minute late arrival wasn't the primary reason for her underperformance. She omitted data from past lives. Those would raise more questions. Instead, she included Chen Yao's consistent ranking pattern in senior year mock exams, perpetually mid to lower tier in class, never breaking into the top 50 grade-wide. Part 3. Abnormal Video Distribution Metrics. She attached the analysis results from the web crawler. A suspicious surge in plays between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. telltale signs of fake account registrations, and strikingly similar comment patterns. The data suggests Chen Yao's first posted video may have involved purchased fake engagement. Part 4. Chen Yao's contradictory statements. Attached is the chat screenshot between He Jia and Chen Yao. How did you know I went back for my water bottle? Compare with Chen Yao's statement in the video. I accidentally left my exam admission ticket in the classroom. The contradiction speaks for itself. In the final paragraph, Peng Yanyu wrote 4 lines. I'm under no obligation to jeopardize my future by delivering someone else's exam permit. My refusal isn't heartless. It's an 18-year-old taking responsibility for her own life. As for why Chen Yao returned the exam permits to the classroom after inspection, let her answer for herself. After finishing, Peng Yanyu proofread the text twice, corrected 3 typos, and adjusted 2 formatting issues. Then she converted the document into a PDF and sent it to Counselor Yu Ming, the college's student affairs office, and her high school classmates group. After sending the group message, she compiled the PDF link and all evidentiary screenshots into a detailed post, publishing it on Tsinghua University's campus forum. The post title was straightforward: Statement from the individual involved in the recently circulated online video. With the post published, Peng Yanyu closed her laptop. She picked up the glass and took a sip of water. Her hand didn't tremble. Qin Xian removed one earbud and glanced at her. What's wrong? You don't look well. Peng Yanyu turned her head, looked at Qin Xian, and suddenly smiled. Nothing much. Just finally got around to something I'd been putting off forever. Qin Xian gave an "oh," nodded, then slipped her headphones back on, and resumed her ranked match. Peng Yanyu leaned back in his chair. Outside the window lay a ginger April night where new leaves sprouted on the plane trees, and street lamps cast their shadows, trembling across the ground. With every breeze, she closed her eyes. Your turn. Qingyao 9. The day after the post went live, the comment section blew up. The campus forum moderator pinned the post and marked it as featured. Within 3 hours, over 500 replies were posted. So, she deliberately put the admission ticket back in the classroom herself. He Jia's testimony is way too crucial. She walked out holding the exam admission ticket after inspection, then forgot it the next day. Does that even make sense? The bot data was mind-blowing. Thousands of views at 2 a.m. from freshly registered accounts. That's obviously bought traffic. The scariest part is the motive. She knew Pei Yu was flying to Tsinghua that day, deliberately leaving the ticket in the classroom to make Pei deliver it. That's calculated sabotage to make her miss the flight. What kind of twisted mind is that? This ruins someone's future. Not some petty mischief. It's premeditated. The post spread far faster than Pei Yu had anticipated. That afternoon, their high school class group chat erupted in chaos. Someone forwarded Pei Yu's clarification document to other group chats, which then got reposted on Weibo. Zhang Ting posted in the group, "I've suspected Qing Yao for a while. During that 8th grade essay competition, she claimed she'd helped edit Yu's piece. But I saw, with my own eyes, that Yu wrote everything from draft to final version, without Qing even glancing at it." Then the second person stepped forward. Chen Nimo, a male classmate from freshman year. "Remember that sports meet? Pei Yu vomited, and had to withdraw after drinking that super sweet water. Who gave it to her? Qing Yao. I was right there when she dumped half a bag of glucose powder into the water bottle. I said that's way too much, but she just replied, 'Relax. Athletes need extra energy.'" The third person, in Zhou Xiaofan, a sophomore classmate, about that stolen notebook incident. "Not mine, but Pei Yu's English notes. I sat right behind her. During the last self-study period that afternoon, I saw Qing Yao rummaging through Yu's desk. Thought she was just helping tidy up. Didn't think much of it. Later Yu said her notes went missing one after another. Those overlooked details Pei Yu either missed or dismissed were pieced together by different people from various perspectives. When assembled, they revealed 6 years of meticulous persecution disguised as friendship. The group chat fell silent for a full minute. Then someone typed 4 words. "Chilling when you think about it." Another person said, "I used to think Qing Yao was nice. She'd always comfort Yu whenever something happened. But now I realize she was there to comfort, because she was the one causing those incidents. Inflict the wound first, then play nurse, just to make you think she cares. What kind of horror story is this?" Pei Yu scrolled through these messages in her dorm room one by one. Her eyes grew moist. She blinked hard. "It's not sadness. In my past life, no one ever said these words back then. All voices were drowned out by that viral video. With millions of views, the classmates who knew fragments of the truth were intimidated by the overwhelming public opinion. No one dared to speak up. Zhang Ting only found her in the final 3 months, when it was already too late. In this lifetime, with Pei Yu presenting irrefutable evidence first, those who had remained silent finally found the courage to speak up. Pei Yu isn't fighting alone. Never was. She just needed to make the first breach. Qing Yao reacted faster than Pei Yu had anticipated. At 6:47 p.m. Qing Yao posted a message in the class group chat. "Are you done yet? Everything Pei Yu posted is taken out of context. When did I ever intentionally leave my exam permit behind? He Jia claimed she saw me holding it. I was checking the exam venue details. I just put it down on the desk afterward. Since when does that count as evidence? Paid trolls. Where would I get money to hire trolls? You're convicting me based solely on her word. Now you're all coming out of the woodwork with accusations. Middle school essays. Sports day incidents. That was ages ago. Easy to make claims when there's no way to verify them. Pei Yu. That's it. You'd rather destroy my reputation than admit your own faults. You're not the person I knew." The group chat fell silent for several seconds. Then He Jia sent a reply in just one message. "Qing Yao, when you walked out of the classroom, your exam pass was facing outward, with your photo in the top left corner. If you were just checking the exam details, you wouldn't need to bring it into the hallway, would you?" The classroom had lights. Qing Yao didn't respond. 10mo added, "I am stating facts. Half a bag of glucose powder mixed with about 100 milliliters water. You literally said drink more to boost energy. Anyone can look it up. Drinking that concentration of sugar water on an empty stomach causes stomach cramps." Qing Yao still didn't respond. Zhou Selfin posted, "I should have spoken up about the notebook incident sooner. That's on me. But what I saw. Qing Yao remained silent. 20 minutes later, she left the group. The moment the left the group notification popped up, The chat's vibe shifted ever so slightly. Someone sent an this meme. Someone typed 3 characters. Why run? Someone said. Wasn't it supposed to be a case of dead men tell no tales? How come that doesn't hold water? Pei Nianyu remained silent in the group chat. She let out a long sigh as she saw the notification of Qing Yao leaving the group. Another message popped up on her phone. It's a private message from Qing Yao WeChat. Pei Nianyu, you win. Happy now. Pei Nianyu stared at the message, his thumb hovering over the input field. In her previous life, Qing Yao blocked her. In this lifetime, Qing Yao sent her this message. Pei Nianyu thought for a moment, then typed out a message. I don't need to win anything from you. I just need to lay out the truth. You ask if I'm satisfied. Do you have any idea what my past life was like? Her fingers froze mid-keystroke. Deleted the last line. Qing Yao had no idea what past life meant. Peng Nin, you started typing again. You asked if I'm satisfied. Qing Yao, when you returned the exam admission ticket to the classroom on the evening of June 6th, did you ever consider what kind of life I'd have to endure if I actually missed my flight? And the guaranteed admission gets revoked? Would that make you happy? Send. The other side is typing. It lasted for a long time. 1 minute. 2 minutes. 3 minutes. Then the typing indicator vanished. No message came through. 5 more minutes passed before a message popped up. I didn't mean to. I just forgot. If you're going to interpret it that way, I can't help it. Peng Ninyu's lips tightened slightly as she read the message. Still refusing to admit it at this point, she never replied again. Save the conversation's screenshot to the encrypted folder. Then he closed WeChat. The next morning, Peng Ninyu received a phone call from Professor Himing. Ninyu, the college has reviewed the materials you sent. Qing Yao's school has also reached out. The counselor from Haidong College called to ask about the situation. Peng Ninyu asked, has the academy had any impact on me? Himing said, no, the department has a very positive evaluation of you. And the documentation is thorough. This incident won't affect your grades or any awards. He paused, then added, Ninyu, your evidence collection is very logical. If the other party continues to post false information, the school's legal team can assist you in pursuing legal action. Thank you, Professor He. Peng Ninyu hung up the phone. She stood by the corridor window of North Dormitory 3, gazing at the sycamore-lined avenue below. In April's Jingzhou, the sycamore leaves shimmered emerald green. Scattered students passed by, their laughter drifting upward in muffled waves. She'd never heard such sounds in her past life. The April breeze at Tsinghua University. The April sunshine at Tsinghua University. The April plane tree leaves at Tsinghua University. She almost missed it forever. Almost. Peng Ninyu stood in the corridor, fingers whitening against the window frame as her shoulders gave a slight tremble. Just one tremble. She took a deep breath, released the window frame, shoved her hands into her pockets, and headed back to the dorm to keep coding. That night, she received Qing Yao's final message. Not WeChat. It's a text message. Allons passage. Peng Ninyu, do you have any idea what? It's like living in your shadow my entire life. You were always better than me. Better grades. Prettier face. Teacher's pet. Classmates' darling. My mom wouldn't stop nagging. Why can't you be more like Nianyu? I've had enough. I just wanted you to taste loss for once. Just once. I admit I tampered with your exam permit, but I never meant to ruin you. Just make you miss one flight to show you the world doesn't revolve around you. Your parents are too soft, and you're too gullible. Hate me if you want, but don't play the innocent victim. Everything you have is what I've been denied, and you wouldn't even spare me a shred of your damn luck. Peng Ninyu read the text message 3 times from beginning to end. The first time, something churned in the pit of her stomach. The second time, her nails dug crescent moons into her palms. For the third time, she finally calmed down. Qing Yao admitted it. He confessed to everything. Confession. This is the final piece of the puzzle. Peng Ninyu. Screenshot. Out of Qifei. Then she sent a text back. Just one sentence. I don't blame you, but you'll have to face the consequences of your actions. After sending it, she blocked Qing Yao's number. In their past life, it was Qing Yao who blocked her. This time, she's the one doing the blocking. 10 o'clock by mid-May. The matter was pretty much settled. The platform removed Qing Yao's 2 videos citing suspected defamation and purchase of fake traffic. Haidong College issued Qing Yao a public reprimand and placed her on academic probation. Peng Yinyu didn't file a lawsuit. She had considered it. Professor Yu Ming said the school's legal team could assist. While He Jiao offered to testify in court, Peng Yinyu thought it over all night, but decided to let it go. Not forgiveness. She just didn't want to waste another moment on Qing Yao. Her past life had been consumed by hatred, resentment, and endlessly reliving every painful detail of the betrayal. Hating someone comes at a price. She wanted to spend that energy elsewhere. For example, the project she's currently working on, undergraduate research project from the School of Computer Science at Huaqing University, a deep learning-based system for identifying online misinformation. The advisor called her into the office for an hour-long discussion after reviewing her research proposal. This topic is quite pointed. The professor adjusted his glasses, identifying bot comments, fake traffic, and out-of-context information manipulation. Miss Pei, does this stem from personal experience? Pei Yinyu smiled faintly. You could say that. The professor approved the research topic and assigned 2 graduate students to assist her. The project was progressing smoothly. By the end of her freshman year, she had completed the first draft of her paper and submitted it to an undergraduate research competition. During summer break, she returned home. Pei Jiangyin drove to the train station to pick her up. The 20-minute ride home from the station, Pei Yinyu sat in the passenger seat, with the window half rolled down, the evening breeze carrying the city's familiar scents, the smoky aroma from street barbecue stalls, the damp, earthy smell of watered sidewalks, and the distant fragrance of braised pork wafting from some unknown household. You've lost weight, Pei Jiangyin remarked, while driving, glancing sideways at her. No, I haven't. The cafeteria food's been great. Who are you kidding? Your chin's gotten pointy, Pei Jiangyin muttered. Eat more when we get home. Your mom cooked a feast for you. Pei Yinyu turned her head to look out the window. The street trees lining the road have shed their leaves and grown new ones. The stationery shop at the corner is still there, with a banner outside reading, "Good luck on the college entrance exam." Oh, the exam just ended not long ago. It's been a year. It's been a full year since she left the city. In her past life, she'd already been in that rented apartment by this time. The rented apartment was in an old neighborhood south of the city. 6th floor walk up. The 12-square-meter room had yellowing walls and a window facing a brick wall. She spent the darkest 6 months of her life in that room. Days were spent working in a bubble tea shop, nights lying on a hard bed staring at the ceiling. She avoided her phone. Opening it meant facing an avalanche of abuse every evening. Pei Jinyang would pause outside the door after returning from the hospital before entering in silence. Wordlessly, he'd cook noodles and bring them to her bedside. The noodles are way too salty. Because Pei Jinyang can't cook, before Su Rong was hospitalized, she did all the cooking for this household. We're here. Pei Jinyang parked the car. Get out. Pei Jinyang, you stepped out of the car and stood at the building's entrance looking up at the 5th floor. The kitchen light was on. A window stood half open. The rain had humming loudly even from 5 stories below. The sweet and sour aroma of spare ribs wafted down. Su Rong's shadow flickered past the window before she leaned out entirely, waving excitedly toward the ground. Nianyu, come up quick. The ribs are almost ready. Pei Jinyang, you tilted her head back, gazing at Su Rong's face. The 5th floor light fell on Su Rong's face, revealing her rosy complexion. Her newly dyed chestnut hair was tied in a ponytail, and deep laugh lines crinkled at the corners of her eyes. Vibrant, radiant, nothing like the ashen-faced figure in the ICU, with oxygen tubes snaking from their nostrils. Pei Jinyang, you stood at the building's base, a sudden lump forming in his throat. She tilted her head back and blinked hard twice. Then he shouted upstairs, "Coming! Don't lean out too far. You might fall." Su Rong laughed and shot back some playful retort before ducking back inside the window. Pei Jinyang, you hauled his suitcase up the stairs, the sound of his footsteps echoing with each step. The moment the door opened, the aroma of a home-cooked meal sweet and sour ribs, braised fish, garlic broccoli, tomato egg soup, and a plate of her childhood favorite blistered green peppers. Su Rong emerged from the kitchen with the final dish, her apron splattered with oil stains. Wash your hands first. Don't touch. The ribs are piping hot, she chided. Pei Jin-young was already seated at the table, scooping rice into 3 bowls. His way of serving rice was awkward, with the grains piled up unevenly. Pei Jin-young walked over and took the rice spoon from his hand. Let me do it. Fine. 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 Pei Jian-nin took a step back, watching her serve the rice, a faint smile tugging at the corner of his mouth. 3 bowls of rice, 3 pairs of chopsticks, a table full of dishes. The kitchen exhaust fan hummed on as dusk settled outside. Street lights flickered to life, and the jingle of a child's bicycle bell floated up from below. Su Rong sat down and placed a spare rib into Pei Nianyu's bowl. Eat up. Who knows if you're getting proper meals at school? Pei Nian, you looked down at the pork ribs in her bowl, glazed, with a rich caramel hue, its skin crisp to perfection, while the meat stays tender, the sweet and sour juices seeping into the bed of steaming rice. She picked it up and took a bite. Hot, sweet, sour. The meat melts on the tongue. Pei Jian-nin whispered beside them. How is it? Your mom went to 3 different markets just for these ribs. Said the first places weren't tender enough. Su Rong shot him a glare. Watch your mouth. Pei Nianyu chewed on a rib, glancing up at them. Pei Wei-nin wurde affadete. Shirt, with a stretched-out collar, his hair jet black, black not white. He sat at the dining table, clumsily peeling shrimp for Su Rong, fumbling with the shells before resorting to using his teeth. Su Rong teased him. Your hands are clumsier than feet. Pei Nianyu watched them, watched for a long time, then lowered his head and ate, bite after bite. Had 2 bowls. Su Rong exclaimed cheerfully. My, what an appetite today. Want another bowl? That's enough. Pei Nianyu set down his chopsticks and patted his stomach. I am stuffed. Su Rong went to wash the dishes. When Pei Nianyu offered, let me help, she pressed him back into the chair. No need to lift a finger at home. Just relax. Pei Jian-nin sat on the couch watching the news, where the weather forecast was playing on TV. Pei Nianyu sat beside him, staring blankly at the TV screen, without taking anything in. Dad. Take care of yourself. Don't overdo it. Pei Jian-nin turned to look at her, paused for a couple of seconds, then chuckled. This kid, acting all grown up already. He reached out and patted her head. His palm was rough and calloused, with a lingering scent of machine oil that never quite washed away. Peng Nianyu closed her eyes briefly, her fingers clenched on her knees, then relaxed. What had these hands been like in her past life? She remembered. The hand had visibly withered, its knuckles protruding as it rested motionless on the plastic railing of the hospital corridor. She reached out and grasped that hand, cold like a stone. Now the hand rested on her head, warm and steady, carrying the warmth and strength of a living person. Peng Nianyu opened her eyes. The weather forecaster on TV said, tomorrow will be sunny, with a high of 33 degrees Celsius, perfect for getting out and about. She leaned back on the sofa, listening to Su Rong clattering dishes in the kitchen, Pei Jiang, and occasionally clicking the remote to change channels, and the intermittent chirping of cicadas outside the window. In my past life, all these sounds were gone. The rented room held only the neighbor's drill noise, drunkards quarreling downstairs, and the sound of her own breathing. Now they're all here, every single one. Peng Nianyu curled up on the sofa for a while, then pulled out his phone, scrolled through my moments twice. He posted a photo from her graduation trip, beaming by the seaside. Caption: First summer break of college. Jiang Ting posted, First day of my summer part-time job. Totally exhausted, but I made some money. Hee hee. Teacher Lin reposted Jinghua High School's admissions promo, with juniors asking questions in the comments. Jin Shuan posted a game screenshot. Finally made it to king rank. This season was brutal. Peng Nianyu scrolled through them one by one. A smile had crept onto her lips. Without her noticing, she closed WeChat Moments and opened her notes app. The folder named Old Ledger is still there. She glanced at the contents inside. Teacher Lin's testimony. Hijia screenshots. Data analysis report, Qin Yao's text message confession, timeline compilation, evidence tags packed to the brim. She paused, then added a line at the end. Case closed. Then she created a new note on the main page of her memo app. The title just says 4 words. A new beginning. Blank. Nothing's written yet. But she knew those gaps would gradually be filled in through lines of code, through research papers, through awards earned, through friendships forged, through homecoming ribs on the plate, through parents' healthy smiles. 2. Cherish every single day of this life lived well. Pei Nian locked her phone and placed it face down on the coffee table. The living room lights cast a cozy glow. Su Rong came out of the kitchen after washing the dishes, carrying a plate of sliced watermelon. She set it on the coffee table and said, "Have some fruit. This year's watermelon is especially sweet." Pei Nian picked up a piece and took a bite. The juice burst in your mouth. Cool, sweet, and full of summer's essence. She leaned her head against the couch, idly chewing on a piece of watermelon. The sky outside the window had gone completely dark. No stars, no moon, but the streetlights glowed, and down below someone walked their dog, its little bell jingling merrily. Pei Nian, you listened as the chime of bells faded into the distance. Then she closed her eyes, a faint smile curling the corners of her lips, barely noticeable, but undeniably real.